Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Ishan Isaac with Zishan on air every Sunday, 6 p.m. and onward, US Central Time, and with the legacy media as well. And we have some key topics to cover today, especially with regards to the health care and with regards to Affordable Care Act. Many people know it as Obamacare. So the Hill has reported even some conservatives, they hailed Trump for putting a plan out there and getting the conversation started. And quote, we have got to quit pointing fingers. We have got to start doing something with this thing. At least Trump's proposal does something. It keeps people from losing their insurance and it verifies that it's not a bunch of frauds, unquote. That's Representative Tim Burchett from Tennessee is a Republican. He posted that just last Monday on X. Now, GOP leaders in Congress, they were still trying to ensure that perhaps Affordable Care Act and Obamacare cannot be renewed or maybe sunset many of the provisions. But for example, Speaker Mike Johnson has led the Obamacare opposition on Capitol Hill, arguing the program is irredeemable and needs a massive overhaul, if not outright repeal. Well, that's where, for some reason, lawmakers they never try to find a solution. In most cases, I shouldn't say never, but in the perception out there is that even when a program is started with good intentions and sometimes not so good intentions, there is always room for improvement, and you continue to make the plan or program better. So this is where even John Thune, who's the Senate Majority Leader from South Dakota, had refused to negotiate on the Democrats' demand to extend the Obamacare subsidies during last month's fight over government spending, an impasse that led directly to the 43-day shutdown. Imagine 43 days the government was shut down. While Thune promised Senate Democrats a mid-December vote on extending the subsidies, Johnson notably declined to make any such commitment. Those subsidies expire January 1st, however, threatening to spike healthcare costs for roughly 22 million Americans who currently benefit from them. So this is a big deal. This is not something that should be taken lightly. So President Trump has outlined a plan, at least his administration, and let's see what happens, what pans out. The White House's new scheme to cut the expended ACA, Affordable Care Act, ACA or ACA premium tax credits is nothing more than the greatest hits of Republican healthcare ideas the people have rejected for years, hiking costs on families, pushing skimpier coverage, penalizing people who get sick, and expanding tax shelters for the wealthy. That's quote unquote Representative Richard Neal. He's a Democrat from Massachusetts, and Frank Pallone, a Democrat from New Jersey, and Bobby Scott from Virginia. All Democrats said Monday in a joint statement. Not all Democrats, however, were so critical. Senator Jeanne Shaheen, a New Hampshire Democrat who had broken with her party leadership to help reopen the government earlier in the month, said she's hoping Trump's plan and his outsized influence over his party will help Congress come to an agreement after weeks of partisan bickering. Quote, if the reports are true and the president is considering coming to the table in good faith, I believe we can find a path forward that can earn broad bipartisan support in Congress, unquote. That's Shaheen, and that's what Jeanne Shaheen, she said. So let's see what subsidies and how much of those subsidies can be extended. And mid-December is approaching fast. Today is the last day of November. So in a couple of weeks, we certainly by mid-December will find out. U.S. immigration, another aspect to the overhaul, which is not happening with the U.S. immigration system, which the consensus out there with the mainstream and Main Street, as well as even with the politicians on both sides of the aisle, that the immigration system is broken. but no one is trying to fix it. Now, this situation with what happened with the two US guardsmen, in fact, one woman and one other guardman who basically is injured in critical condition, and Sarah, the soldier, she lost her life. Our thoughts and prayers go out to her family and all those who basically are worried, and their extended family members, and they lost another person. And this is where the US Immigration Agency launches re-examination of green card holders from 19 countries of concern. But it's not only just green card holders, but also asylum seekers. Now, the announcement comes a day after an attack on National Guard troops near the White House. Authorities have identified the suspect as an Afghan national. So that was reported by NBC News and all the major news outlets. The main concern, as for details which countries are considered of concern, USCIS pointed to a June presidential proclamation listing 19 countries, quote, considered deficient with regards to screening and vetting, unquote. Afghanistan is one of the countries on the list, which also includes Haiti, Iran, and Venezuela. President Trump, as reported by NPR, posted on Truth Social that he will, quote, permanently pause migration from all third world countries to allow the US system to fully recover, unquote. USCIS, US Citizenship and Immigration Services Director Joseph Adlo also posted on X that the agency has, quote, halted all asylum decisions until we can ensure that every alien is vetted and screened to the maximum degree possible. The safety of the American people always comes first, unquote, Adlo wrote. So everyone is aligned on this. However, the main issue is that what went wrong, how it went wrong, and then ensuring all those checks and balances are out there. This is where Sarah Backstrom, she was only 20 and she died on Thanksgiving Day, surrounded by family. And what a terrible loss and what a tragedy. I mean, such a young person, young lady serving the country. And she was basically on patrol with her colleague. And what we know about this, as reported by CBS News, investigators probe suspects' background in DC National Guard shooting. And what we know so far, two members of the West Virginia National Guard were shot in an ambush-style attack in Washington, D.C. Wednesday, officers said, and one of the victims, Army specialist, I believe, Sarah Backstrom, 20, has died, President Trump said Thursday night. The second victim, Air Force Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf, 24, underwent surgery on Wednesday, U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro said Thursday. Pirro said Friday that he remains in critical condition, but that, quote, we still have hope, unquote. The suspect, who's believed to have acted alone, that's basically what they are reporting. The Trump administration has Ramanallah Lakhanwal, an Afghan national. The CIA said Thursday he worked with the U.S. government, including the CIA, as member of a partner force in Kandahar. Lakhanwal entered the U.S. in 2021, the Trump administration said. Pirro announced on Friday morning that Lakhanwal would be charged with murder in the first degree following Backstrom's death. And those who are watching me live, you can see her picture. She was on patrol with the Air Force Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf, and he's also a young person, 24, when a gunman ambushed them. The U.S. Army specialist enjoyed nature, road trips, and visiting museums in Washington, a friend said. What a terrible loss. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Sarah and her family, and also the Sergeant Wolf, who continues to remain in critical condition. Now, there's another key story which a lot of people are talking about, and I thought today I'll cover it, and in coming weeks and months we'll know more. And that's about AI. Now, AI expert warns 99% of jobs could vanish by 2030. So he was interviewed by Cornish on his program on CNN, and Roman Yampolsky, if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. He's an author of AI Unexplainable, Unpredictable, Uncontrollable. And he basically said that even the new jobs that would be created can also be replaced and by AI, and any work that humans are doing can be replaced by AI. So AI experts they are warning that 99% of jobs could vanish by 2030. So that's a very far-fetched idea, but some are saying no, it's not, and it's going to happen very fast in 3 to 5 years. We're already in 2026 now because only a month left, and 2030 is only 4 years away. So what they're saying is another quote from Business Insider: an AI safety pioneer says it could leave 99% of workers unemployed by 2030, even coders and prompt engineers. So let that sink in. Let's take a pause here. I'm also in IT. I'm the business side of IT, and I've been in the industry for 25 years. I've been seeing outsourcing, and I've been seeing productivity. And now with the emergence of AI and with agentic AI and with all these agents running, and how you can even ask the right questions to the AI. A lot of people use ChatGPT. Some use subscription models or subscription versions, and some don't. And then at the end of the day, will we continue to get the latest versions? Perhaps not. They will always going to offer versions maybe 1 or 2 layers down, because then you're opening up a completely real-time information. That's why initially it was data until 2021, and then later on they made it more live with regards to live data to a certain degree. That's also something that needs to be researched. So Cornish, he did a poll with his audience, and on November 29th, and the question basically was asked: is guaranteed income a realistic remedy for job loss due to AI? Because they're talking about this basic income, or they call it UBI, Universal Basic Income. Yes, even one of the presidential candidate, he was running for mayor as well. He also said I believe Yao Ming, and he basically mentioned something about dividends payments, or those type of same idea, giving $1,000 to Americans because of the impact of job losses. And this is where it's certainly a very, very serious. So the guaranteed income on that question, 73.64% people said no, and 26.36% people said yes. Percentage of voters out of 42,690 votes. So guaranteed income a realistic remedy for job loss due to AI? And they're saying no, that's the majority, because how can you treat everyone in the same way? That's communism, that's socialism actually, by definition, because some people will be productive, some people may not be as productive, some people have more knowledge, skill sets, capabilities, and more productive, more resourceful. So how can you just pay everyone the same? So they're talking about these things, and we'll continue to hear more. So it's a developing story, but the more we talk and discuss it, because even for AI, someone needs to monitor and do analysis on AI as well. You cannot just let AI take over in a sense where there are no boundaries, there are no guardrails, there are no governance standards or governance board, and analysis being done on AI as well. So you need those ethical standards because AI is not human. AI is collecting all the information, intelligence. They're going towards super intelligence, and whoever would get to it would certainly will have a lot of leverage and power, and knowledge is power. So these conversations are starting, and I wanted to make sure that we are aware of it. I'm aware of it. At least I'm still researching. I'm just like you, researching. I just try to read. So we just need to keep learning more, and be also positive, but maybe in some cases cautiously optimistic, and ask the right questions. Every time we see technology, some people, they become very defensive as well, because sometimes when we don't know about things, we tend to be on the side of caution. However, we may also need to look at it from the perspective of, yes, many things that we as humans may not want to do will be done by robots or AI, but at the same time, it will impact jobs as well. So what are we going to do with workers who may lose jobs? And with the emergence of AI and how AI will be rolled out, we're already seeing mass layoffs across the board. So this is something serious, and this can be done in a way where we can certainly discuss it with the experts and even with politicians and some people who are losing hope with politics. This is the time where we need to engage and re-engage with those who we are electing at the local, state, and federal level, and have those conversations with the experts in every industry: financial industry, oil and gas, healthcare, retail, manufacturing, you name it, even restaurant business, food industry. So AI will impact all the industries, and the agentic AI, the agents basically will be designed and customized based on each sector and each field. So we'll continue to have more discussions. I wanted to share this because it's fascinating, and sometimes I get a lot of information from different people, and even from news outlets, and even from friends and family. So certainly interesting topic, and developing news, and a very interesting subject for many people, including myself. So with that, I would like to thank our key advertisers and sponsors, especially Affordable Insurance of Texas, AITinsurance.com. You can get auto insurance, commercial insurance, business insurance, homeowners insurance, health insurance, and at the same time, just call them and get a quote, and you will save hundreds and thousands of dollars on auto insurance. Call 713-785-4000, 713-785-4000, and connect with them. And you can also go online, look them up, AITinsurance.com, AITinsurance.com, Affordable Insurance of Texas. We would like to also talk and mention about Group Sari, and would like to thank them. I would like to thank them. Group Sari Palace, they have all the formal, beautiful, elegant dresses, formal attire for grooms and brides, and for men and women of all ages, and even toddlers, young boys, young girls, and a lot of variety. Very stylish dresses that people would like to wear in weddings and in different formal evening gowns or formal gatherings. So contact them. You can also connect with them, and they can ship it out to you anywhere in the US by calling 832-267-0065, 832-267-0065. You can visit them on the web, roopsari.com, and they are on Hillcroft, and they've been in business for decades. Roop Sari Palace, they're on the web, www.roopsari.com. And also jewelry. This is where a lot of people, they love to buy jewelry, they love to buy gold, and they also would like to wear them. So this is where it's a great investment as far as gold is concerned, and might as well wear it. And if you have old jewelry, you can just sell your old jewelry and just buy new gold jewelry. And that's 22 karat jewelry at 5901 Hillcroft, Suite C3, which is Prince Jewelers, Houston. They've been in business for decades as well. 281-777-1457 is the number. 281-777-1457. They'll give you a very good rate for gold, which basically is sold in the market. But at the same time, even for exchanges, or you can get latest designs of gold jewelry, heavy sets, light sets, medium sets, necklaces, chains, gold chains, earrings, even rings, you name it. So all kinds of jewelry, especially gold jewelry. Visit Prince Jewelers, Houston, 5901 Hillcroft, and Hillcroft Shopping Plaza. You can visit Suite C3, 281-777-1457, 281-777-1457, Prince Jewelers, Houston, and just mention my name, and visit Prince Jewelers, Houston, and buy gold jewelry, gold sets, all different kinds of sets, latest designs, and they always get the latest shipments as well. So with that, I would like to also thank all our advertisers, Affordable Insurance of Texas, Roop Sari Palace, and Prince Jewelers, Houston. And if you would like to advertise and reach hundreds and thousands of audience, especially viewers as well, with social media, because I've been doing that for many years now with social media, and now with the legacy media. So please connect with me through Facebook or YouTube, or you can just call me. So with that, I will sign off here with the social media and continue with the legacy media. Thank you, and again, have a great week, and enjoy the holidays, or are still on holidays, or the upcoming holidays as well. Thank you. Bye bye.